Today I'll be talking about coping with loss as grief evolves. Remember that there is no specific emotional place that you should be in during your grieving process. Your grief is unique to you, and that might come with a lot of strong feelings, whatever they may be. There are, however, some elements of grief that seem to be true for most people, and this can help remind us that the painful feelings do lessen over time. First is that grief is an ongoing, lifelong process. It might be difficult to hear that the grief will be with you forever, but it changes over time. I like to look at it as our grief may not lessen. It'll always hold that place in our hearts, but we grow around it. We fill our life with other things that bring us joy and other experiences, that the painful feelings associated with the grief don't hold as much place. Second is that grieving does not mean or involve letting go. I think one of the greatest things that people are worried about is that they'll forget their loved one, or that if they move forward with their life and find joy and happiness, that it's in some way dismissing what that loved one held in their life and how important they were to them. And it's important to remember that grieving and moving forward does not mean letting go. It's finding new ways of connecting to your loved one and keeping them as part of your life, but allowing yourself to be happy, to continue finding meaning and purpose and connections as you move forward. Third is that grief does not occur in stages. Grief is not a linear experience. And while a lot of the emotions and feelings associated with these stages of grief that you might have heard are often ones that we do experience while grieving, we don't want to understand the process as being one that's linear, and that once we complete or move on from one phase or stage, that we may no longer go back to it. Part of the grieving process is to understand that there is no right or wrong way. It's not a straight line, and it might mean moving through those different tasks or these different parts of your grieving process in different ways than other people might. And finally, grief does involve growth. Losing a loved one is not something that any of us wish to experience or even think of very often. But when we are faced with that challenge, that painful experience, it's inevitable that we will experience personal growth. And through grieving and finding meaning in your life and moving forward from a loss, it's important that we embrace some of those changes and really dig deep inside ourselves, let us feel what we're feeling, navigate all of the different emotions, the good and the bad that come with grief, and identify what are we taking from this that's making us a better person, a stronger person, someone that's more able and capable of handling really difficult things. Do not be afraid of the growth that comes. When you're ready, embrace it. That's how we learn. That's how we thrive through really difficult times.